Good afternoon everyone, and my name is Jawad. I'd like to welcome you to Homr, a new way to find great ideas for your home. So if you imagine that you need to decorate a particular room of your house, typically what you need to do is to find the ideas, source them and implement them, and crucially budget for it. Traditionally there's two ways you can go about to do this. One is to browse online or in stores, or you can hire an interior designer to do it for you. Both are quite time-consuming processes, so I don't know if you've ever had the experience of going to an IKEA and trawling through the 3 or 4 floors of an IKEA just to find what you're after. It can be quite an arduous task. But what if a solution is out there that can get you great ideas for your home in a fast, fun and free way? So I'd like you to meet Homr, an easy way for you to find ideas, a bit like finding your date on Tinder. I'll sort of come to the connection soon. So you swipe right if you like the idea, and swipe left if you don't. So Homr finds you original and exclusive content curated directly by professional interior designers, and you get that within a matter of seconds. So there's no barriers when you're engaging with an interior designer, so you don't have to research them on pages, browse online, or make any telephone calls. If you like their ideas, engage directly with them. So it's a really good way without any hassle, without any long trips or time wasted, particularly if you've got a really busy working life. There's two types of user. One is the customer, who are typically your white-collar worker, professional, career-minded, house-proud, reasonable amount of disposable income to spend. And what they're actually looking for is really good ideas to implement in their homes, because they want to impress their friends and family, they want to keep up with the Joneses, and crucially they don't want to make mistakes or take any shortcuts, so they're willing to pay the extra amount to stand out from the crowd. The other type of user is the actual designer, so the interior designer, and we're going to focus specifically on SME and freelance designers. They're looking to expand the market, but due to resource constraints, the financial constraints, they can't actually do this. So one interior designer that I've spoken to says they spend up to 70% of the total cost on marketing alone, and that doesn't generate a lead sometimes. So they are they're really creative, really good at design, but they're trying to sort of expand their market base. So what Homr does is it actually links the two together. So that's the connection. It links the person looking for that idea with the one who's actually created an original, exclusive piece of content. So our customer segment is typically they spend £2 billion every year on our design segment, so the interior designer, SME freelancer. And by targeting 6% of this demographic, we'd hope to onboard approximately 385,000 users over 3 years' time. So the time is right now because of a varied amount of factors, but number one, people are actually investing in their homes. So there's actually a strong correlation between income, so the higher income you are, the more you actually spend on your home. So higher income bound people spend up to over half of their income on hiring people to improve their homes, and that's an actual statistic. So to reiterate, customers invest in their homes. So gamification, coming back to Tinder again, they've actually disrupted the dating market. And also, the statistics to prove that retention can be increased by up to 40%. So if you involve something like that next to the actual process, a more fun, varied experience, people are likely to keep coming back, and retention increases. So just a quick show of hands, who's used Pinterest or Instagram? Great. Good. So, imagery is at the centre of all our lives. So whether it's what you want to cook with tea in the evening, or how you want to dress, we use imagery as a central part of our lives. So similarly, it's an easily transferable thing that we can apply to kind of Homr series as well. So to monetize, there's three key areas that I want to sort of look at. One is to introduce a flat £19.99 subscription fee for the designer. So crudely putting it, for Starbucks. And secondly, allow the designer to actually boost their content. So for a limited period of time, if they want to boost their ideas on the app, they can do a one-off purchase. And crucially, big data. So my background is data, which I'll come on to shortly. But on this, we've all heard recently that it was recently sold at a loss for £1, if I'm not mistaken. And the BBC stated in a quote, it failed to understand the market. So with Homr, what we're actually doing is we're not only getting a large demographic of customers, but we're also tracking the behavioural traits. So what's kind of hot and what's not in the home space. So this is where Homr could have potentially benefited from more data. So if we zoom in just on the subscription side of things, and this time we're going to be targeting 6% of the design cohort, we'll be looking at an annualised revenue of about £576,000. So in terms of traction so far, I've actually created a working prototype. Feel free to check it out in the .sec on homr.mobi, homr.mobi. With zero marketing, I've got 200 people I've actually found, installed and registered on the app. So they've actually registered the details. So there's 3 stages to actually complete without any prodding. And 13 of those have actually said we'd be happy to provide feedback if required. Social media engagement's pretty strong as well. So 1 out of 10 followers actually engages in one form or another. And also, I've had sort of 3 media outlets, again, they've just picked it up, Comment Maker, Scene in the City and Eastbourne Property, bizarrely. They've kind of stumbled upon it, and one of them is actually called Homr, the Tinder of the interiors world. So that's kind of a connection. So from a design perspective as well, because obviously content is king, they're a crucial part of it. I've actually got a small group who are ready to provide feedback as required, and again, the reception's been incredibly positive. SME, our segment into designers are actually looking for a source to expand the market base. So to onboard both types of user cohorts, we use a combination of PR, social media, and content marketing, paid and unpaid. And also, as we onboard designers, we can actually promote that and tap into their existing follower bases as well. So they might have 10,000 followers on Instagram. Let's promote the fact that we've got them on board. Essentially reach out to them. So Homr differs from competitors because we don't hold any inventory or provide service or interior design. So with House, for example, you can literally hire a gardener or a plumber. However, we hit the spot in terms of getting you that exclusive idea, in the palm of your hand within seconds. So myself, I've been working with data for 20 years, blue chip companies, data and insights on head of insight of a major telecoms provider in the UK, and covered the whole data lifecycle for a customer, so I know how to harness this to achieve business objectives. A steady week-on-week growth of 5%. We should hit our target growth of 385,000 customers by year 3, so it's quite a conservative growth rate, but I'm pretty sure we can hit it in 3 years. For the first 3 months, what I want to do though is actually validate the hypothesis that customers actually demand this information quickly. So purely it's going to be a validation process, and we're going to utilise the feedback from our designers and users and customers, and build that into the prototype to kind of improve that process. And the validation of the indication is going to be, we see an uplift in registrations. So the future is bright as far as I can see, and I've had nothing adverse kind of fed back to me thus far. We can expand the designer base by targeting the younger demographic of designer, so universities, design colleges. We can also expand the customer reach by going to other segments where there are a middle class group of customers. So US, Western Europe, but also China and India, emerging markets where they demand really great quality interior design. Replicate the model for other interior spaces like commercial interior spaces, so offices, officer or the Homr. And finally, I believe with a strong sort of user base and behavioural traits will be right for people to potentially acquire us. So Laura Ashley, John Lewis are just two names that come to mind who might be interested in our data. So just one at a time. So thank you very much for listening. Welcome. Any questions? Hope I got the points across.